It's story time. Story.
Already messing this up.
It's story time.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael. Cisco was supposed to do this, but he couldn't keep a straight face. This is Aaron.
Story time. Let's go.
Story time.
Okay.
So,
remember when we went to Antioch last year for BB Wars?
Yep.
What was it?
Year? Or was it?
Yeah, it was last year. It was 2016.
I thought it was 2015. Anyways.
No, you weren't working here in 2015.
Oh,
2016.
Right. 2016. Were you working for us?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was. I was working for a while.
2016. It was BB Wars
Origins
Origins
Airsoftology.
Origins Airsoftology. The three of us plus a few old employees and a couple of friends made the, what was it? Like a 9?
It was like an 8.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
I remember it specifically because it was a 2-day event. We still had to work Saturday, so we literally shut the door like right at 7, cashed out, and we booked it straight up there after we closed.
It's funny because we tried so hard to get out like at 7:15. That's the time we gotta like be out.
I'll have your year ready.
But it was so busy, and like we just had to take our time, make sure we clocked out and cashed out properly and everything. So it was pretty funny. Okay, the main game that I want to talk about in this first installment is the last game. Our epic fail.
That was bad.
To try and capture Bob.
I wasn't really gonna capture him.
Well,
I just ran.
Okay. Okay. So here's what happened. We were the three of us literally like stacked on top of each other in front of a doorway to enter the field.
And it was literally just a doorway.
Yeah, literally just a doorway. And I had 2 foam swords because I was gonna duel Bob and then capture him because I knew I was gonna beat him. But the goal was we had to sprint all the way across the field. As soon as the whistle blew, we literally were standing in like a sprinting pose, like
for
5,
good like 2, no, not
like
5 minutes, like
2
or
like
3
5
minutes.
I would
It
say
was like 5 minutes.
I would say like 5 minutes because
I didn't think it was that long. I
was-
feel like it felt longer because of the scenario at hand.
Yeah, but literally whistle blew and we booked it. We booked it all the way across the field. I'm much slower than these guys, so he somehow like 20 seconds in,
all the way
across the field. He's right behind him. I'm catching up. I remember vividly that you were right in front of me and you dipped right like around this left corner, and as soon as you did that, a squad of like 10 guys came and lit me up, and I was just like, oh crap! I didn't have a gun on me. All I had were 2 foam swords in both hands.
You had your full
But you
auto
learned a
pistol with you
lesson.
too.
You learned a lesson. What was that lesson?
I had my full auto pistol. It was back in the staging area. I didn't carry it with me. Not the point. It was such an epic fail because I was just like we were so hyped. I was like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna end this game quick.
We got this.
So,
man.
where did you die at during that? rush?
I died when I ran across the field. Yeah, I ran into a whole squad of guys. I shot like 3. Then the 2 realized what was going on and shot me and like bursted me.
Oh dang.
But
I actually had made it to the building that Bob was in, but the doorway was against the far wall. So I ran up, got around the corner. Second I get around the corner, there's literally just 10 dudes stacked against the wall. And immediately turned the corner. I shot the first dude and the other 9 just lit me up. But that was one of the most epic rushes that had
I think
that's a
occurred.
moment.
Like I have footage of it. If I can, I'll edit it into this video. But I just remember the hype. Like we were just there, like
Super motivated.
like just like everyone's behind us. Like, oh man, they look so badass. Like oh they're about to go mess this shit up. Like they're about to like do work. And it just ended so quickly.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so funny though.
That entire day was fun though. Like I think it was the second game though. Me and our former employee Spencer were making a hard push like up the middle, and then they have like these street barriers that are made out of wood that you can push up easily.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Me and him would literally push it like 5 or 6 feet, pop up, shoot a couple dudes down, and then push it up again. And then it actually got to the point where we were like 75% into their side of the field. one of the refs had to tell us like, "Yo, you guys got to stop, push that back." And it's like, it completely killed my vibe because like, man, we were pushing so well, and I literally just sat there. I didn't want to do anything else. And another former employee, he wasn't an employee at the time, Paul. He came up with Fury. If you don't know who Fury is, then you gotta watch some old gameplay with him. He was holding it down.
He is
but
a surgeon.
he was too inside of his minimum engagement with Fury. So I whipped out my 870 that I had scabbarded onto my back and gave it to him, and he was just going crazy with that. I couldn't hand him shells fast enough to keep shooting it.
Give me a shell! Give me a shell!
I made the mistake. I made the mistake of giving it to him on 6, and that's why he was killing it so fast.
Oh man!
But
I remember hearing about that. Give me a shell!
Like when that happened, we pushed the barrier back to as far as they told us to go, and then I literally just sat there and let Paul just do all the work. And I just looked up after maybe like a minute of him shooting, and like I just see 7 dudes walking down the street just with their Dan rags out.
Didn't you have a similar story with Vince Kim?
Oh, so it was the second game.
Okay.
Former employee like Vince, we both had handguns. Rifles are done, so we went to a barrier, just chilled there. We were like, okay, we're gonna push this.
Okay. We forgot to mention that he's a personal friend of ours.
Yeah.
He's gone to a lot of events with us, and we've actually been playing since before we started working here. So, yep. But go ahead.
So we're under the barrier.
His name's Aaron. Okay.
Yeah. 5 guys are right behind us. We're like, oh, we're gonna push this. We're gonna run to a door. We push the barrier.
Shut up. The computer.
Skype's going crazy.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
So we push the barrier, and they all run away, like to the other side of the field, or I don't know where they went. And the events were like, what do we do? And the enemy team just stacks up on the other side of the barrier. We're just pushing it. They're just walking back. We're just like shooting. It's like, oh, bad.
Well, didn't you and Kim have like this, like you guys were on a barrier pushing back with just the pistols?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember Vince telling me this story because like you guys are just like in like a low crawl, almost just like okay,
yeah, dude.
Okay, just push up all the way. As soon as you get up there, just
he
pulls out a grenade, chucks it, and then he gets up.
You're just chilling.
And they literally like wipe out like 5 guys in this hallway.
Yeah, but they
building.
crawl next to this like barrier. They're just chilling on the other side. We're just pushing. You see them walk back. I'm like, you should move.
You know what was funny? I remember us like walking onto the field just like after getting like checked in.
Casually, yeah.
Yeah, and everything getting set up and everything, and just walking onto the field, and we're like in the little staging area, like at the edge of the field, and I'm looking at the ceiling. I can't see the other end of like the wall.
Oh, we didn't even mention this game was at GamePod up in Antioch, California.
Yes.
If you're wondering why, how we're describing it as a kind of a
CQB-ish,
one single thing, it really wasn't a CQB field.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have like a Costco where you guys are, Sam's Club, something where it's a huge warehouse that was literally converted to be Airsoft.
Yeah. I think it was bigger than a Costco though. It had to be bigger.
It's like the same size. Same size as a bigger Costco.
Maybe a little bit bigger.
The bigger Costco.
It was huge. I was so impressed
like,
with how huge this field was.
I kid you not, the staging area is probably the size of most outdoor parking lots.
Sure.
And it was all indoor.
Yeah.
It was literally a complete loading bay for staging area.
What did it used to be, the factory?
Just a warehouse, or a factory.
I don't know if it was a factory. It might have been a loading dock for boats because it was right off the water.
Yeah, not too far. Not too.
It was within a couple blocks of the water, and I think big rigs loaded up with product and then took it to the water right there at the bay.
No idea.
It was literally like I think within a mile of the water at the bay.
Yeah, it was insane. That day was epic.
Right when you hit Spencer.
No,
yeah.
Oh! I forgot about that. It was. I think it was the first game or the second game.
It was the very first game. Right when we started.
We made the rush in, and we're just we all get separated at one point because we're trying to run as a squad, and then I think I die. I go back to spawn, and then I'm going up the street that we walked in, like literally as you spawn in, and I didn't see Spencer on the opposite side of the street, and then I see Paul literally walking up the street with Fury, just launching rockets up the street, like move up. I was like, all right, let's go. As I take like 3 steps, Spencer just runs into me. I knock him onto the floor.
He flew.
And I didn't know it was him. I was like, my bad, boss. And I continue to run. And he ends up behind me. He's like, you just tackled me. I was like, I realized that as soon as I saw you on the floor. I was like, my bad, dog. Dude,
He
That-
slid. He slid like 5 feet.
Yeah, no, not 5 feet, maybe like 2 feet. But
Into the
it was
building.
literally just like, I was like, oh dang, oh dang, I forgot about that. That's funny.
I think the best part was jumping through the windows.
Yes,
Yeah,
That was dope.
being able to
I'm not
breach.
gonna lie.
Like,
you can hop. Most fields don't allow you to breach windows, but they told us literally you can hop through windows using those entry points. If it's
Yeah.
blocked off, obviously don't move the board out of the way, but you could breach through windows. That was pretty cool.
It was that center house. Remember that kill house? The
Yeah.
center kill house.
Every single house had windows though.
Yeah.
So.
it was
The long hallway.
the way they built the houses, like all the doorways and windows reinforced, so like it could handle the weight of someone climbing in.
Yeah.
Which is dope. The coolest thing about the field was, like, you could use real world CQB tactics because it's like breaching, entering,
Some are
clearing,
blocked,
and
alleys
yeah.
blocked.
But it's like
Yeah.
at CQB fields down here, it's mainly just like
Windows are
mazes.
just for shooting.
Yeah,
it's
they're
a
just
lot of
mazes. It was just insane because it was like 100 on 100 or something.
It was more than that. It had to.
It
be.
had to be because there's a
It
lot
was
of people, dude.
it was a ridiculous number. Like, this field could host everyone. I was
I didn't feel
thoroughly
like
impressed.
I didn't feel like I was confined either. Because typically,
No,
with,
yeah, yeah.
with
'Cause they
big
had
games
two
like
staging
that,
areas, remember?
it was like the
Like
staging area was
two-
split in two, but it wasn't the staging area felt pressured in. Even playing, it was fairly spaced out. It didn't feel like I was being choked out or anything. Too many people in one doorway.
Yeah.
Everybody was evenly spread out. And there was still a ton of people on the field.
Yeah. I remember the third game where they kind of closed the doors and turned on the fog machines.
Yeah.
Everyone that had like a laser, you just see, and I was like,
Laser beams and it's like,
oh, this is cool.
I was tempted to use my laser during that, but it's like
Did they yell at you and said no lasers, didn't they?
no,
or something.
no green lasers.
No green lasers.
No green lasers.
I didn't hear that. I remember me and Spencer, we had just gone onto the field. We walked on like probably like 2-3 minutes late, and like he turned his laser on, and he's just like, he's like, stop playing with your laser. He's like, oh, all right, let's go to our spot.
Actually play. Yeah.
Oh man, I remember that because that was the same game where we were holding down the whole the left side of the field,
By the plane, right?
not near the plane, on the
Against that wall though,
the
right?
schoolyard.
Yeah,
Yeah. And-
no, that was right where the staging area you walk in at.
Yeah, that's exactly where it was. I remember we were there, and it's literally like a building here and then another building here. It's just empty space, like 2 streets, and like we probably had like 10, 15 guys. They had like 30 guys on the opposite end, and there was a little hut that they could run across to, and like every time they run across, we'd line them up real quick, and then we'd get back to holding the corner. I remember a guy like ran up that I didn't see because I was peeking through the doorway, and then someone's like, the doorway, like right here at the corner. I was like, what? Pop up. And he was like, oh, what the heck, hat? I was like, my bad. I was a little close, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, my bad, and I called myself out.
You know what though? I'm not gonna lie, the engagement distances were a tad bit complicated because you could chrono in.
We're going to have to end this for now, but we'll do a part 2 real soon.